Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about content predictions for today here in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM, or for today's leaks, tomorrow's content. I know I'm late. I apologize. A couple hours late dropping videos. Today, I was busy this morning, but we are back at it. And I should have pre-recorded a couple videos last night, but I didn't. It's my bad. So we're a little bit late this morning. I apologize. But we're still on the grind. We'll still get 6 or 7 videos out today. And I appreciate all of y'all's support. So with that being said, before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. It looks as though, if I am not mistaken, every single card in this hidden gem category is going to be coming out this year. And probably in the next like 4 months or so would be my guess. I'm assuming this is basically every single card that we will get between now and a little bit after Christmas, somewhere in January, maybe All-Star break potentially, or at least this is most of those cards. I'm sure there will be other cards added in and stuff, and maybe like a NBA storylines promo like they did last year, for example. But we're not going to be getting any of these Dark Matters this week. I don't think that's going to be happening. We're not going to be getting any of these Galaxy Opals this week. I don't think that's going to be happening either. I hope they wait quite a while on the Galaxy Opals. But what we are going to likely see is 3 of these pink diamond hidden gems this week, in addition to, if they do it like last week, we had like what, 3 or 4 diamonds and 4 amethysts, I believe. I am interested to see, are we going to have rubies and sapphires and emeralds and golds, because they have these cards in the hidden gems, but they weren't in the first drop of the year. So that's where my question immediately is like, okay, are they going to include some of those lower tier cards or not? I kind of hope they do, although I will say I literally might have the best one of all of them. The best ruby hidden gem might be this Harvey Grant, and he's the one that I pulled. He's the only one of these cards that I have pulled so far. I got him out of a reward pack for like level 4. This card's legitimately good. Outside of that, I mean, I think Darrell Wright has a really good jump shot, and I think he's okay defensively. Otherwise, I don't know if any of these cards are actually all that great. So I will say, I'm not sure these rubies are all that insane. It doesn't really matter, I don't think, that much what we get below ruby tier. I mean, this Purvis Ellison would be a good sapphire. This Josh Childress would be a good sapphire. Tony Roden might be a decent sapphire. Oluwakonde might be a decent sapphire. There's a couple cards there that might be kind of interesting. The emeralds are, I mean, they're emeralds, so it's whatever. Like, a couple of these guys might be good salary cap cards, but again, do we really care about emeralds and golds at even this point in the year when it comes to our top teams? No, it doesn't. So those cards don't really matter, and I think at the end of the day, we can focus on the amethysts, the diamonds, and the pink diamonds, and I'm going to assume, at least for right now, that this week's drop is going to look like last week's, and that we are going to be getting something similar to the game on packs, where we get what, 3 pink diamonds and 4 diamonds and 4 amethysts is going to be my prediction, at least, and we'll go with that. So that is 11 cards, and I do think when we look at the amethysts, I'll say, people have told me this, his own card is really good. I've heard good things about him defensively. He doesn't look awesome, but he's athletic, he's a good shooter. I've heard he's got a good jumper, he's 6'8". That's an interesting card. There's a lot of cards here that would be awesome. This Caruso feels a little early for him, but with the pacing that they kind of have already decided to ignore this week, with these wild gems and how many good cards there now are in the game that are accessible this early, now I mean, they could drop Caruso, a 6'5" elite defensive point guard. We could get him in week 2. It would not surprise me. At some point, this card will come out, and when he does, he will be an elite budget point guard. Plain and simple. That is what this Alex Caruso card is going to be. Does he only have 84 speed though? At least he's got 90 driving dunk, 85 3 ball. He's not going to be much of a shot creator. He's a great defender. A little bit on the slower end with 84 speed, but still good slasher, good defender. This Claxton card, if he could shoot it all, be decent. Batier's jump is kind of eh. PJ Washington to be okay. I will say a lot of these names are kind of like, they're not that great, to be honest. Some of them would be good. I already have a few of them. Otto Porter, Smush Parker, guys like that. Cam Thomas, undersized shooting guard. It'd be fun to use to score, but probably not that insane. This Smart card likely is a budget beast, I will say. 6'4", not the highest 3 ball, but 90 driving dunk, as well as 94 perimeter and interior with 85 interior, and 89 speed to a ball, 94 agility, 89 vert, 73 strength is not bad. Like, this card looks legitimately solid. Hoff Glove and All Menace. If they were to drop this card or Alex Caruso, either one I think a lot of people would be happy with at the point guard position. Is this Terrence Jones any good? I feel like he could be decent. 83 ball, 85 driving dunk. Actually, that'd be a little more athletic than that. 84 interior, perimeter and interior. Not too bad. Obi Toppin's probably a slightly better version of that card. Yeah, 84 3 ball, 95 standing and driving. He's a more athletic Terrence Jones type card at the power forward position. 83 perimeter and interior. Not too bad on the defense defensive end either. A little bit of rebounding, 86 speed. I'd be happy to see this Obi Toppin card as well. That's another really nice card here. There's some good ones in here, like Trey Murphy. I'm sure that's a really, really solid card. He's going to be a 3-and-D beast for sure. And while a lot of these cards might not be that insane, I think this Graves Vasquez is good. He's 6'6" point guard, like 6'6" PG, 85 3-ball, not the greatest dunker, and he's also not insane defensively, but 6'6" point guard. Like, there's a lot of interesting cards in here for sure. This Corey Brewer would be amazing. I'm just hoping they give us one of these good ones. You know what I mean? If they want to give us one good Amethyst a week, that is fine with me, but give us one a week. You know what I mean? Give us one or two really interesting, good Amethysts that are absolute budget beasts. Like this Corey Brewer, 85 3-ball, 90 driving dunk, high-level versatile defender. This is the type of card that I'm talking about. Again, it's a budget beast, 6'9" shooting guard as well. Chuck Person, I've heard good things about. Bronny James, if his jumper's good, might be decent. Scoot, with the way the rim running is, could be half decent as well this year, potentially. Juan Carlos Navarro could be a fun 3-hunter if they gave him good sigs like they have in the past. Nas Reed is a budget beast big for sure. Being able to shoot the ball with that 85 3-ball, 80 standing and driving, 88 block, 83 interior, 88 rebounding, 79 speed. Again, not bad at all there. Jonas Jerebko, I heard, has one of the best jumpers in the game. Al-Farouq Amino, I'm sure, is a budget 3-and-D beast, 88 4 3-ball, 80 driving dunk, 80 steal, 84 perimeter and interior. I thought he'd be a little bit better than that actually defensively. A lot of 80s on him. I thought he'd be a little bit higher rated than that in some areas. But as a whole, like, you look at all these guys, there's some interesting names here for sure. I definitely think we could get some good Amethysts. I hope we do get some budget beasts. Diamond wise, I hope they go big though. And I don't think they're going to give us the Dyson Daniels. I don't think they're going to give us the Stephon Castle or the Michael Carter Williams, but I could see the Rudy Gay, 6'8" small forward. This type of card makes a lot of sense to me for them to drop. Big name, exciting name, pretty early in the year, would be a stud, would probably sell some packs as well. He's not a headlining player, but he'd be like a headliner diamond. Again, I don't mind, because again, you look at this and there's going to be guys like Jared McCain and Norm Powell and Goran Dragic and other players throughout this. Asar Thompson's a small forward at 6'7", who probably doesn't have that good of a jumper. This card's probably not going to be that great. He's 6'6" actually. Like, there are a lot of cards throughout here that are not that good too, and that's fine as long as they, on a consistent basis, sprinkle in good ones. I am more concerned that 2K makes an intentional priority to make sure there are good, solid options at each tier on a weekly basis, because I would much prefer to have a drop that has 2 good diamonds, 2 bad diamonds, 2 good amethysts, and 2 bad amethysts, over a drop that has 4 good diamonds and no good amethysts, or a drop with 4 good amethysts and no good diamonds, or a drop that's really good and then the next week a drop that's really bad. Like, I hope they intentionally put balance into the names that they are releasing, because I think 2K knows at this point, generally speaking. Robert Covington, RJ Barrett, let's go back. Hold on, let's go back a page. We'll just go page 1. Michael Ray Richardson and Kwame Brown are going to be a lot better than Jason Williams. 2K knows that. So spread them out, you know what I mean? Put them together, but also spread them out, like put good ones with bad ones. I hope they do that this year. I will say names that I am really hoping that we get early, like a Rudy Gay would be awesome. John Isaac would be really, really cool. Miles Turner, or any big like Miles Turner would be awesome. Jaren Jackson Jr., even this Derek Lively card, as a Mavs fan, I would love this card to come out. 73 ball is high enough for me. He's very athletic and he's extremely good defensively. I would be very excited to get this card. In fact, I would have to add it to my lineup, you know what I mean? Like, as a Mavs fan, even if he's not the very best pick in the game, I would need that card. Robert Covington, budget, I mean, not budget, but would be a 3-and-D absolute stud. There's just so many of those guys sprinkled throughout here. Danny Green's always good. Michael Carter Williams is a beast. Etc., etc. So I hope they drop, I will say, I hope they drop Rudy Gay tomorrow. Give me Rudy Gay. Give me one of the smaller but solid point guards, like they dropped Chris Paul earlier last year. Give us Chris Paul again. Give us somebody like that, and then give us a decent big and a bad one. If you want to drop a bad one, maybe go ahead and drop CJ McCollum or drop Michael Redd. There you go. Drop a bad one, and then drop like a decent big, like I said. So that's my hope with the diamonds for sure. Pink diamond wise, this is where your headliners really matter, because obviously these are the guys who I think are going to make or break whether or not people are going to really spend their money and open their wallets on these packs at times. And the honest answer is I could see there being some really, really interesting early headliners. Last year, the first Friday drop after the drop that came out with the game was Kareem, Steph, and Karl Malone. 3 NBA legends. Obviously Malone with the off the court stuff is not as exciting of a name for, I think, a lot of my team players, but Steph and Kareem are guys who people want, you know what I mean? Even if Steph wasn't actually that good last year, he'd be good this year if they dropped Pink Diamond Steph week 1. I kind of hope they do, but I am thinking that 2K will continue kind of similarly in that direction. They did drop a Ja, a Kawhi, and a Candace Parker in the first Friday drop of the year though, which makes me think this Friday drop, that was point guard, small forward, and power forward, Maybe we get a shooting guard, a center, and then a second wing. Probably not another point guard this week, especially since we also got Shea, though maybe we will, who knows. But I'm thinking definitely a shooting guard and definitely a big man at the pink diamond tier. And I'm thinking at least one of those guys is going to be a huge name. You know who would be an absolutely huge name? Early game 2K name that 2K would absolutely love to drop and would probably make a heck of a lot of money off of dropping at the center position. You guessed it, Shaquille O'Neal. 2K loves their Shaq cards early in the year, and I absolutely could see, just like we got Kareem last year, Shaquille this year, with the unbelievable finishing ability, the elite level athleticism. He doesn't need to be able to shoot the ball. He's so dominant on the interior, and the inside finishing is so good right now that he would just absolutely decimate in my team, I think. So that's my first prediction, is that we're going to get a pink diamond Shaquille O'Neal tomorrow. I think he makes a lot of sense as a headlining card that 2K would want to make money off of, you know what I mean? Especially early in the year when inside bigs are still really viable and still very good. So that is my prediction at the center position, is that instead of Kareem this year, we're going to get another headlining early center in Shaquille O'Neal. Now, moving on to the shooting guard position, I'd love to just sit here and go, okay, Dr. J immediately, but they're not going to probably drop Dr. J immediately. Dr. J would literally be the best shooting guard in my team for quite a significant period of time. I have a hard time believing they're going to drop him that early. And they also just dropped a Scottie Pippen as best shooting guard in the game right now. So I do think there's a good chance they probably go with a little bit of a less exciting shooting guard name than they did with the center position with a guy like Shaq, if they were to go Shaq, although I'm struggling right now to find the right guy. Who is the option that like stands out to me and I go, okay, that's the shooting guard they're going to drop? Maybe it's a guy like Vince Carter. That would make sense. He's not a uber huge 2K name, but 2K likes dropping him throughout the year. His cards are always good. He's always a great shooter, solid defender, super athletic. Like, this would be, especially early game, a really, really good card. A lot of people would use this card. A lot of people would want him. He's not the desirability name the way that maybe a Shaq or like I was talking about a Kareem would be or something, but I could see a Vince Carter being a secondary guy in a drop as a pink diamond 100%. And so I guess that's what we'll predict. Vince Carter at the shooting guard position. And then we get one more player to predict, likely a smaller guard still is my thought. I would think early in the year 2K is going to try to mix in some of those smaller guards as much as they possibly can. You know who else they could drop that wouldn't surprise me? It's Anthony Edwards, by the way. If they were to drop him instead of Vince Carter, that would also not surprise me at all. I'm thinking somebody a little bit more boring, though, for the first small guard drop of the year, besides Ja Morant anyway. Somebody probably not quite as exciting as a Ja Morant, and I mean, it could be, I don't think they dropped an Isaiah Thomas this earlier, but it could be somebody like a John Starks or a Steve Francis. Steve Francis is probably a Tuesday drop card, or somebody else along those lines. A Drew Holiday would be good for sure, but I think they could definitely drop one of the more underwhelming names for that third player. A Gary Payton wouldn't shock me. Something like that would make sense as well. Like, there's a lot of players they could obviously go ahead and drop. But I am interested to see what Friday drops wind up looking this year. If there's a little more depth to this drop, but also who those headliner cards are. Y'all let me know in the comment section down below who you think we are going to get, and I guess we'll find out here in just a few hours. So I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.